being on some chill. We go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills.
Do you recall not long ago we would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. What is when we need someone to lean on? What is all we need is somebody to lean on? What is when we need someone to lean on? What is all we need is somebody to lean on?
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. In this game, we'll see the Chicago Bulls against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times.
At small forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 34, Mike Dunleavy. The man in the middle from Florida, 6'11", number 13, Joakim Noah. And at guard, 6'3", from Memphis, number 1, Derrick Rose. At guard, 6'7", from Marquette, number 21, Jimmy Butler. At the other forward position, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 16, Pau Gasol. The head coach of your home team. The starting lineup for your
This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers. And they'd love to go for the sweep here and make it 4-0 in the season series.
I was really impressed with their passion to win. I mean, it's one thing to talk about winning. It's a whole nother thing to display the passion necessary to win. It kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming, and they just stormed back in that third.
Yeah, not sure what got into them, but all of a sudden it's like they flipped a switch in that quarter. Boy, that was crazy.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers, Tony Wroten out there with Thompson. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Okafor. And it's Noel in at the 4 spot. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Okafor kicks to Wroten. Shot clock at 6. From the top of the key, here's Okafor. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they get the first bucket of the game on that one.
I tell you what, fellas, I'm anticipating a good one here.
Rose goes in, and Okafor with the block. Here's Covington. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Noah. Back to Rose. A 3 ball. And that is good. Rose has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
Now here's Noel. Fades and shoots. And Okafor at the basket on the assist by Thompson.
You know, maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
The Bulls have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Now here's Noel. Feeds it to Roten. Back to Noel. Free throw line jump shot. They get it again. Okafor kicks to Covington. No good on the three.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Here's Gasol. Outside Rose. Kicks to Noah. He feeds it to Gasol. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And Okafor with the block. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Roten kicks to Noel. Soft touch off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
The feed to Dunleavy. Lets it go from the wing. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired it and loved it. It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland. And he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls. Here's Covington. Pass to Okafor. Shoots from 8. Great defense that time from Noah. Right side Rose. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Talking about Dunn. Well, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board, and that's over a decade.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, who has really ramped up last year, especially on defense, that at any other time in his career.
Guys, what a nice surprise Tony Roten was last season, especially effective taking over at the point, Clark, with Michael Carter-Williams gone.
Yeah, Roten put up a career-high 5 assists per one of the few talents on the Sixers roster that hadn't been traded away.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Rose passes to the wing right side. Dunleavy's shot is off.
And for Roten last season, he even took on more of a scorer's mentality. Went up in points, went down in field goal percentage. But like a boxer, he gets a little extra credit for pushing the action.
Pick by Okafor. They set the pick, and Noel kicks to Thompson. 4 on the clock. Here's Okafor. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And, you know, talking about Roten, I think the next step in his development is to produce at the same level, but with greater efficiency. Too often, his highlight reel passes led to turnovers. He would gamble defensively, too. That's, to me, just a young player growing up on the job.
Now here's Gasol. Jahlil Okafor unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Rose, and the rejection by Noel. Roten with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Now here's Roten. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's a tie ball game.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
That's a great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Embiid's checked in. And Butler, here we go. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up to scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game.
And going by Butler. Here's the break.
Of the power finish at the end of it, too.
The 76ers trail. And a bit short.
And by the end of the season,
those dishes to get. Passes it to Dunleavy. The 10-footer. Can't get it to go. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Covington in the corner. Wide open look. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Covington's got it all tied up now for Philadelphia. Chicago has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Gasol. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Off the pick. They get it back. Rose with the block. And they're able to recover. Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky single game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Gasol. Heinrich comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Now here's Gibson.
It only throws off his shot.
Mirotic with it. That three off the mark.
You know, one caution I have about Noel's improved shooting, you don't want him to fall in love with jumpers. He did shoot only 46% from the field last year. Conversely, DeAndre Jordan shot 71% because he dunked everything and kept his head under the rim. It's a fine line between improving your game and playing within your limitations.
And most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Well, Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. He kicks it to Gibson. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Carl Landry's checked in for Philadelphia. 1:49 left here in the opening quarter. Butler, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 7 points for Jimmy Butler.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Landry in the post. Mirotic is there. That one rolling around and rims out.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Butler kicks to Gibson. Back to Butler. 5 on the clock. Here's Mirotic. It's rebounded by Stauskas. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Dishes to Marshall. And Gibson over to help. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
A moment. Here to see the stats for Butler. Coming off a terrific season, 11th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And as we saw last year, I mean, a difficult guy to run the offense against, constantly jumping the passing lane.
Now, here's Marshall. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Butler. .26 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And that one's good.
Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching. Not while the ball's in his hands.
Embiid with the screen on Heinrich. Marshall passes to Embiid. Here's Landry. Drops it in from 11 feet. Landry's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. And Chicago has possession. And here is Brooks. That's a 2 from Butler. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 11 points for Jimmy Butler. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls out front. They lead by a bucket. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of this Chicago Bulls team.
I feel like we're the hungriest team in the NBA. That's a great feeling to be able to say that. Like, or don't shoot the ball well, win or lose, we know that we're going out there every night, giving everything we got with no regrets.
You know, I think Joakim can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished five, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
They're just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Taking full advantage of playing at home, and the fans have really helped them here.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Robert Covington out there with Carl Landry. Then there's Okafor, and it's Kendall Marshall. And it's Stauskas at shooting guard. The 76ers trail by 3.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Brooks outside. Heinrich inside the three-point line. No good off the back of the rim.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And Chicago has possession. The 76ers getting the bucket. Noah dishes to Gasol. Can't hit the putback. The 76ers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Kirk Heinrich.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Dunleavy's check in for Kirk Heinrich. And the 76ers also making a change. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Marshall. The 76ers leading. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now here's Okafor. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second low. And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Thompson, he's checked in for Stauskas.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Thompson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Covington, defended by Dunleavy. From 12 feet out. Cannot hit. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Covington in the corner. Now the dish to Landry. It's rebounded by Noah.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's Landry following the score by Derrick Rose. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but On occasion, it does happen.
Chicago leading. Outside Rose. The pass to Dunleavy. Pulls up. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Roten. He's covered by Rose. Okafor gets the bucket.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Heat. It's Brooks on the wing. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. Noah, the pass to Rose. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. That's 7 points for Derrick Rose. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Now here's Roten. Thompson, left side, launches it. That's good. Thompson's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Gasol lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Gasol's got the game tied up here for Chicago. And so here is Philadelphia. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. It was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Thompson with it, guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Roten dishes to Okafor. Second chance shot, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got 5 now.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
And, you know, going back to Noah last season, I think the additions to the Bulls' front court had an effect on him. I mean, they added Gasol and Mirotic, 2 major talents up front. I think that gave Noah less opportunities than he'd had the year before, and it was an adjustment for him.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Rose. 7 points in the game. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
And guys, talking about Joakim Noah, he was still the spirit of that team last season. Amongst all the great talents the Bulls had, Noah was that energizer and catalyst for the team. A true warrior, even in an off year.
And the 76ers,
they can't guard
their first time out here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Okafor. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Now, here's Roten. Aaron Brooks missing his last shot. 6 to shoot. And here's Covington from the arc. That is good. Covington's got 9.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Now, here's Roten. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Pass to Covington. Now Okafor. He's got 6. Here's Thompson. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Thompson's got 9 points now in the quarter. Bulls have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Rose attacking, stolen by Thompson. Now here's Roten. He's tightly guarded. And Thompson kicks to Roten. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Now here's Gibson. Tony Roten missing his last shot. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Gasol. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. There's the pick. Here's Roten, and Gibson sends it back. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity.
Whoa! Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Oh, trying for it. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Dunley. Jimmy Butler comes in for Aaron Brooks. It's Heinrich in for Rose. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. Nick Stauskas comes in for Robert Covington. Kendall Marshall's checked in for Thompson. And it's Cannon in for Roten. 4 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. Embiid with the steal. Cannon kicks to Stauskas. Feeds to Cannon. Shoots the 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 5. Heinrich outside. Kicks to Mirotic. He feeds it to Butler. Gibson the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Butler passes to Gasol. The shot misses. And Philadelphia the other way now. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And Marshall kicks to Stauskas. To the inside. Noel got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Embiid with the steal. Now, here's Marshall, defended by Butler. And Embiid throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Cannon, guarded by Heinrich. To Marshall. There's the feed to Noel. Now here's Marshall. Defense right on him. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Embiid, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with the knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
The 76ers leading by 8. Here's Cannon. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Embiid the screen. Now here's Marshall, defended by Butler. Landry gets the bucket. Landry's got his second bucket.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint, because that has not been up to par.
Butler dishes to Gasol. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. This is his second trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Gasol.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Here's Cannon, guarded by Heinrich. The layup missed. And the first half.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-erific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-erific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. As long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
I was unimpressed, Ernie. Very unimpressed with their offense. You know, guys seem to be going through the motions, not cutting, not hustling. They failed to get back into a great offensive rhythm. They'll need to step it up big in the second half to cut into this lead.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
And the second half about to start here. In just a few moments.
Some fantastic numbers here for Butler. He has 14 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. At small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. And it's Noah in at the 5. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Excellent D there from Okafor.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Tries again. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Butler with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Here's Rose. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. 1 more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
There's Rose with the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. They've led by as much as 10. Now here's Roten. He's guarded closely. Pass to Noel. Here's Okafor, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Joakim Noah. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
And he sinks the second. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers, and theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now here's Noel. 6 points for him. Pass to Okafor. He dishes it to Covington by Okafor. Here's Covington, defended by Dunleavy. Covington's shot is off.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. They've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
The 76ers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. 11 feet away, and that one's good. Roten's got 6.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Now here's Rose. He's got 12. Butler kicks to Rose, and stolen by Roten. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Covington, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And it's a 6-point Philadelphia lead.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Butler attacking. Took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Here's Thompson. Plays it up and banks it in. Thompson's got 13 points.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Rose attacking. Here's Butler. Rebound by the 76ers. Noel's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Roten, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Rose. Clock at 6. Dunleavy the pass to Gasol. He kicks it to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 14 points for Derrick Rose.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Noel. 6 points for him. A rebound by Gasol. Bulls trail by 7. Outside Rose. Dishes it to Gasol. Here's Noah. No good on the 3. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to Phoenix. Covington kicks to Roten. The screen from Thompson. Okafor sets the pick for Roten. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for Chicago. Noel makes a big high bounce and goes in. Noel's got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers. Outside Butler. The dish to Dunleavy. Off target from 3-point range.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.